Imagine this. Real Madrid, once notorious for splashing record-breaking fees on legendary players like Zidane, Ronaldo and Figo, is now signing world-class talents like David Alaba, Antonio Rüdiger and TrentAlexanderArnold for free. Yes, free. They've gone from being the kings of the Galácticos to the masterminds of the Pragmaticos. But how did this dramatic transformation happen? The answer lies in the genius of Florentino Pérez, the man who rewrote the rules of football economics. To understand Pérez's transformation of Real Madrid, we need to go back to the early 2000s. When Pérez became the president of Real Madrid in the year 2000, his election campaign was as simple as it was bold. Vote for me, and I'll sign Luís Figo. Figo wasn't just any player. He was Barcelona's talisman, a Ballon d'Or winner, and one of the most beloved figures in Catalonia. Even though Figo wasn't Catalan by birth, he had embraced the region's culture and was seen as a symbol of Catalonia's pride. He famously carried the Catalan flag and even supported the independence movement. For Real Madrid to sign him wasn't just a €60 million transfer, it was an act of defiance. It shocked the football world and set the tone for Pérez's presidency. This move wasn't just about breaking records, it was about doing the unthinkable. Pérez didn't stop there. In a now famous story, he handed Zinedine Zidane a napkin at a dinner. On the napkin, Pérez had written, "Do you want to play for Real Madrid?" Zidane replied with a simple yes. Real Madrid paid a world record fee to bring the 28-year-old to the Bernabeu. This was the birth of the Galácticos era, a policy of signing global superstars to elevate Real Madrid's brand and dominance on the pitch. Figo, Zidane, €77 million, Ronaldo Nazario, €46 million, and David Beckham, €25 million, became synonymous with the club's glamour and star power. But there was a problem. While the Galácticos brought commercial success, the team often lacked balance. For example, selling defensive midfielder Claude Makélélé to accommodate David Beckham famously backfired, exposing the team's weaknesses. By 2006, Pérez stepped down as president, admitting, "I spoiled the team with too many stars." The return, building a new era. When Pérez returned as president in 2009, he initially stuck to his Galácticos philosophy. That summer, Real Madrid spent over €250 million, signing Cristiano Ronaldo for €94 million, Kaká for €67 million, Karim Benzema and Xabi Alonso. This spending spree paid off. Cristiano Ronaldo led Madrid to incredible success, including 4 Champions League titles between 2014 and 2018. But as Real Madrid thrived, Pérez noticed a shift in football. Petro-state clubs like Manchester City and Paris Saint-Germain, backed by unlimited financial resources, entered the scene. These clubs could outspend anyone, including Real Madrid. Pérez realized that his old methods wouldn't work against these new giants. Faced with this new reality, Florentino Pérez adapted. Real Madrid embraced a new transfer strategy based on 3 key pillars. The first pillar was targeting free agents and expiring contracts. Instead of competing in bidding wars, Madrid began negotiating directly with players whose contracts were nearing their end. This allowed them to avoid paying massive transfer fees. For example, David Alaba joined Madrid for free in 2021 after his contract with Bayern Munich ended. Alaba, a Champions League winner and one of the best defenders in Europe, would have cost upwards of €50 million if Madrid had signed him through a traditional transfer. Similarly, Antonio Rüdiger joined the club for free in 2022, saving Madrid an estimated €40 million. And then, in 2024, Kylian Mbappé finally arrived at Real Madrid as a free agent after years of speculation. Instead of paying Paris Saint-Germain an astronomical fee, which could have exceeded €180 million, Madrid secured him without paying a transfer fee. Reports suggest they offered Mbappé a record-breaking signing-on bonus and made him the highest-paid player in the squad. Even so, this approach saved the club tens of millions of euros compared to a traditional transfer. The second pillar of this strategy was signing players in their final contract year. When a player's contract was set to expire in a year, Madrid swooped in with cut-price offers. For example, in 2014, Bayern Munich sold Toni Kroos to Madrid for just 25 million euros, rather than risk losing him for free. In 2018, Thibaut Courtois joined Madrid for 35 million euros, even though his market value at the time was 60 million euros. And in 2021, Eduardo Camavinga, one of the most promising young players in Europe, joined Madrid for just 31 million euros, well below his market value. The third and final pillar was investing in youth. Madrid shifted their focus to signing young talents with potential rather than established stars. Their scouting network, led by Juni Calafat, focused heavily on Latin America. In 2018, they signed Vinicius Jr. for 45 million euros when he was just 16 years old. While many doubted the price at the time, Vinicius is now valued at over 200 million euros. Similarly, Rodrigo, another 45 million euro investment, has become a key player in Madrid's attack. In 2022, Madrid signed Endrick for 60 million euros before he even turned 18, making him one of the most exciting prospects in world football. Real Madrid has also learned from its mistakes. The 115 million euro signing of Eden Hazard, one of the most expensive flops in football history, taught the club to be cautious with older players. For example, when Harry Kane was linked to Madrid in 2023, the club reportedly hesitated, saying, "Queso Hazard," which translates to "remember Hazard." Instead of spending big on a 30-year-old striker, Pérez focused on younger players with long-term potential, like Jude Bellingham. Pérez's brilliance isn't just in signing players, but also in selling them at the right time. Real Madrid consistently maximizes the value of their stars before moving them on. For example, Cristiano Ronaldo was sold to Juventus for 117 million euros in 2018, even though he was 33 years old at the time. Casemiro was sold to Manchester United for 70 million euros in 2022, despite being 30 years old, and Raphael Varane was sold for 40 million euros in 2021. This approach has allowed Madrid to refresh their squad while staying competitive. Since 2016, Real Madrid's net spend has been just 151 million euros, an astonishing figure for a club of their stature. By comparison, Barcelona's net spend in the same period was 344 million euros, and Atletico Madrid's was 187 million euros. Despite spending less, Madrid has been the most successful club in Europe, winning multiple Champions League and La Liga titles. In 2024, they reported a record-breaking 1.73 billion euros in revenue, becoming the first football club in history to surpass 1 billion euros in annual earnings. Now, reports suggest that TrentAlexanderArnold could be Madrid's next free agent coup. If true, it would be another example of how Florentino Pérez has turned Real Madrid into a model of efficiency. From Galácticos to Pragmaticos, Pérez has revolutionized football economics. He has proven that success isn't just about spending big, it's about spending smart.